التوجه نحو المستقبل كيف يكون، إيش لازم نترك وإيش لازم نطور، نستمتع كيف بالتقنية وفي نفس الوقت نعيش عقلية جديدة. جلسة نقاش راح يتحدث فيها المدير العام لتسويق تويوتا بشركة عبداللطيف جميل، رجل تدرج من 8 سنوات إلى هذا المنصب، واليوم جاي باستراتيجية غير منطقية. لو أقنعكم فهناك أمل في عقليات هجينة في المستقبل بإذن الله. إيش العقلية الهجين؟ ليش مهمة لرواد الأعمال؟ وكيف حتساعد على تحقيق النجاح هذه العقلية؟ رحبوا معايا بالعقلية الهجينة الأستاذ محمد أرشي. تحية كبيرة. Please give a round of applause to Mr. our hybrid speaker Mr. محمد أرشي. وفريقه يقول لي ما حتستخدم السيارة بعد الإيفنت، حنمشي على طول، فأنا اضطريت، صنع في مكة طبعا مخي، فأخذت المفاتيح. فما أنتم ماشيين لين أنا أجرب السيارة. مفاتيحكم معي. Mr. محمد أرشي on the stage please.
Together with a normal engine, it's an amazing feeling. I'm saying all the time, it's like a rocket. We are stuck on the seat, and it's just amazing, especially with four-wheel drive. You just got that traction as well to pull you out the corner. Definitely one of the best racing cars I've ever driven in my whole career.
First time going out of the pit lane, I realized, wow, that's completely new. This is something which raises the level in racing to the next generation of race cars.
After a series of braking, you then get the reward of the power. You have to be clever where you use your power and where you harvest the energy. A lot, we prepare ourselves, and then when you feel that you've done everything you can, you've eaten well, you rested well, you trained very well, when you did everything well, you are good in your head and you can go to Le Mans. We try all the time to go over the limit, each other, each drivers. It's a race, it's a life. I hope this year is our year. Just do our best and see what happens. We cannot win Le Mans. They will let us win.
Remember, beyond the win, a greater goal. Just remember this. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great pleasure and honor to be speaking here in front of this audience in a room full of creativity, full of innovation, and full of enthusiasm. Kathleen started the day with talking about top 10 technologies of 2015. If you may permit, I want to add one more to the list. It's not a new technology globally, but we feel it's a technology whose idea has come in Saudi Arabia. It's a technology that will redefine our future. It will redefine mobility in this region. It's called hybrid. As Helen Keller said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. You know, everybody lives. But in reality, the one who really lives are those who dare to be different, who dare to go on a different path, someone who dares to take risks. And today I'm going to talk to you about hybrid, the technology behind it, what does it mean on a global level, why is it important in Saudi Arabia, and let's see whether all of us are being hybrid. What's the global need of hybrid? Well, we all want to protect the planet, don't we? There's a lot of talk about environment these days, global warming. We want to prolong the use of oil as a limited resource. But why do we want to prolong the use of oil? Because the alternative energy and the alternative sources of energy still don't have the reach and the scale that can replace oil. From a local context, it means lower fuel consumption, therefore lower oil subsidies, a healthier national budget, and therefore it means being patriotic and doing your bit for your country. What is the technology? Well, it's a complicated technology, but actually quite easy to understand. It's something where you have a conventional engine, your gasoline engine, and an electric motor, a battery. And it's a technology when both of them work together, when they become hybrid, and they seamlessly let an automobile move. So it's about less burn and more drive. There's a smooth shift from electric motor to a combustion engine and vice versa, and thereby eliminating waste. It means let's recharge the planet, not the car. In the center, you have the conventional vehicle, the gasoline engine. On one end of the spectrum, you have the electric vehicle, something that needs to be charged using charging stations. And on the other end of the spectrum, the one we are talking about is the hybrid vehicle. You don't need to recharge this vehicle because it charges itself while in motion, and it uses braking to recharge the battery. What about the global setting? In the last 8 years, over 10 million hybrid vehicles have been sold so far in the world, 10 million. Toyota has led the way with 80% of those, 8 million hybrid vehicles sold by Toyota and Lexus. And the two most developed economies, Japan and United States, account for 1.5 million of those hybrid vehicles. What about KSA? Well, we've recently heard all the talks about, the latest oil prices, the economic scenario, oil going down, the budgetary impact. You've all seen the budget. There has been fuel price increase. There has been increase of tariffs on electricity, on water, and there are talks about much more. While everybody talks about this gloom, I look at it on a brighter side. It means it's an opportunity to change for the betterment for us and for our country. So let's look at it as an opportunity and let technology and innovation drive that change. What are the main challenges of implementing hybrid in Saudi Arabia? Well, there's hardly any awareness about it, right? You don't see them on the roads yet. And we have the lowest oil prices in the world, one of the lowest oil prices. So the economic reason for a consumer to buy hybrid still doesn't hold true here. And then people talk about environment. Well, people tell me here, global warming? Well, we are quite warm anyways, right? But friends, times are changing, right? And we need to change very fast. So what is being hybrid? Being hybrid means combining seemingly contradictory principles. Combine power with efficiency, sleek design with practicality. Hybrid does not mean becoming boring. You can still have enough power, and it still looks pretty good. And it means drawing different sources of power. You have your combustion engine and your electric motor. It also means drawing from different sources of power. All the entrepreneurs in this room, it's your individual ambition, it's your personal drive, it's your adrenaline gush, that takes you onto this road. Let that serve as your base engine and use your surroundings, your families, your friends, the faith in yourself to be your alternate source of power, to be that additional source of power. That's being hybrid. And finally, and most importantly, keep innovating. Henry Ford, who founded Ford Motor Company, and he was also the founder of mass production, he once said, if I asked people what they wanted, they would say, get me faster horses, right? Consumers typically don't really know what they want. So innovation is extremely important and a very key driver. And new paths answer new questions on a different dimension. So if you are brave enough to go for a new path, you will find a new different dimension to yourself, to your personality. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, but remember, be hybrid, stay hybrid. And before I go, let me introduce you to the new Toyota hybrid Prius.